Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 25th. This week, you start off with the Eight of Spades. No real surprise here for you. This is a card of work and working really hard, even being a workaholic. I think this has come up for Virgo. Like I said, I've said to Virgo for a while, your messages pretty much never change all too much. You do have some different stuff in here this week, finally, which is nice. No more health stuff. Like, health has been like a major focus for you in the readings for like a very long time. So finally, it looks like there aren't any issues there, which is nice. But this is a card of working, being very hardworking, and also overcoming obstacles. It's a card of overcoming those obstacles. It's a card of definitely seeing obstacles, but being able to overcome them. And if you are finding yourself stuck in any way under this card, I would say the easiest thing to do is just to look in a different direction. Look for a new solution, very simple solution, and you could overcome obstacles very easily. Next, you have the Six of Hearts. I think it's another card that comes up for Virgo quite frequently, and it's all about a change in energy, being able to put energy into things and get it back equally, if not better. I'm also getting that it's for you this week, it's about needing to kind of provide yourself feedback, like allow for self-thought and like self-feedback. That's the message that's coming through. I don't really know what that's what it's trying to say here with self-feedback. I think it's like you needing to like kind of maybe motivate yourself. Maybe it's like a self-motivation week or something like that. I guess also, this can be a card of negotiating as well, and negotiating something out. So you could be going through some negotiations. You have the Queen of Spades coming up, which can be a card of justice. So a lot of you could be negotiating something, and you'll see some justice in that. Maybe you'll get a raise or something like that. But next you have the Fool card. This is you kind of like doing things on your own. Again, it's kind of like got that like self-feedback type message going on here. So the Fool is all about stepping out on a new path and maybe not knowing exactly what you're doing, kind of having that beginner's mind, that beginner's mindset. But I always say that's a great advantage for you if you have that beginner's mindset, because you don't make mistakes that all the old people do, that have been stuck in some sort of field. So like if you're starting a new job that's totally different than anything you've done in the past, you might maybe make one of those beginner mistakes that turns into like beginner's luck. That happens all the time. Again, people who have been doing things for a very long period of time, they forget about everything they learned as a beginner. They forget about those basics. So to me, the Fool can also represent that. They can represent that if you've been in a certain field for a long period of time, maybe you need to take like an updated refresher course for beginners, because that might actually help you out in a great deal to get those basics down again, and maybe it'll spark something in you that kind of really helps you out. So that's a great thing to do under the Fool. Next, you have the Queen of Spades, again, a card of justice and justice coming to you. Also a card of examining things and really looking at things. This can be you examining your finances and looking at your finances, how you can make them better, bigger, more. Examining your relationships, and the same thing, how you can make them bigger, better, and more. It's all about that. The Queen of Spades can be a little bit manipulative, though, so definitely don't manipulate this week. It'll definitely come back to you, especially with that Six of Hearts, which is very karmic. So if you do anything manipulative, it definitely could backfire. So try to do things that are, where, if you're doing something with somebody, that equal, there's an equal thing going on between the two of you, and, there's an equal exchange of energy. Don't do anything negative under this card. And finally, you have the Seven of Hearts, which is a card of maybe feeling like a lack of love or like a lack of connection in love in some ways. And it can also be quick love. So for some of you, maybe you're like just started a relationship and then it ends really quickly. So that can definitely happen. And this can also be doubt entering into your mind, like you thinking about doing something but maybe doubting yourself. Remember what I said about the and I think that's where it is, that self-questioning thing that I was talking about. I think that Seven of Hearts it wants you to not doubt yourself. It wants you to definitely know. It's like saying you know exactly what you need to know. So just do things. Whenever you find yourself doubting yourself, don't, just keep going and you'll be fine. But it looks like a great week other than that. Very exciting. A lot of new beginnings possibly. So thank you for watching and enjoy the week.